I'm coming your way from Jamestown here in Accra Central. Recently, the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, together with the Chinese minister, signed a number of documents to ensure that this community gets a new fishing harbour to bring about jobs for the natives and other opportunities for them. I was a witness to this meeting, and so was the Fisheries Minister, Elizabeth Afolikwe. We are not limiting ourselves to the indoor meeting. We are right here to then interact with leadership of the fisherfolk. The chief fisherman is right here with me, and also representative of the Canoe Owners Association, to know if indeed they are welcoming this news or not. Come along as I interact briefly with them. First, with the chief fisherman for Jamestown. Sir, you are welcome to Metro TV.
You are welcome.
Have you extensively been consulted about this project, the Jamestown Fishing Harbour or Port?
Really, we have been consulted. A meeting was called with the elders, the chief fishermen, not of Jamestown alone, but of the other communities, Abula, Asene, Sempe. Okay. And we were informed that what our heart desire is coming on. So we do appreciate that very well.
And you are welcoming this initiative?
We are welcoming this initiative wholeheartedly.
How best do you think it would benefit your people?
It will benefit my people in the sense that, one, here when we go to sea, sometimes it is when the canoe boat go to sea, it is not always that they bring fish. But when the mini harbor is constructed, we can have some little fishing vessels who can also come in with fish. So we are hopeful when it is constructed, we shall have fish here every day.
Okay.
Fine.
And also the minister stated that it's going to provide over 1,000 jobs. How realistic is this? In what forms are we going to see these jobs for your people?
When the minister says so, she's correct. Because as I mentioned earlier, a lot of fishing vessels, the smaller ones, will also come in. And we may have other facilities, something like cold store, something like police depot, something like where we amend our net. We will have, and even stores, banks, and so many. We shall have a lot of, so people will be engaged first to construct the place, and then later there will be job for a lot when the whole thing is done.
I want you to kindly look to your left. You are even here with them. You are the chief fisherman, so you know this already. But I can see several structures lined up. They may be over thousands of. Where are they going to go? Even the people occupying these structures. What happens to these structures we are seeing? Their lives will be affected if they are cleared. Where are they going to stay?
The people themselves knows they are squatters. Excuse me to say that. Once the place has been demolished some time ago, and they know very well. They also want the harbor to come in, so that it will also create some job for them.
But these same people weren't happy when their structures were demolished previously.
If some were not happy, then it might be some people who are not fishermen, because we have a lot of people here who are not fishermen and who are not fishmongers. So those people may not take the project kindly, you see. But those fishermen and fisherwomen, it will at least increase their business. So by all means, they will appreciate it, because we might have a fishing bay also, whereby, or a fish market. You see, all this will attract people from outside to come here. And also the sanitation problem here is also very bad. But when it is constructed, it will be hygienic. Okay. I tell you.
Mani, aren't you skeptical? Look, this isn't the first time we are hearing a government promising to build a harbour or port for the people of Jamestown or Accra by extension. We know that just few days or months for former President John Agyekum Kufuor to leave office, he was right here to commission this same project, but nothing happened when he left office. Then the NDC government, which you've even cited earlier, well, they weren't here to commission it or cut sort officially, but they demolished these structures, yet nothing happened. We've seen another government coming to you with yet another promise. Aren't you skeptical that this may be a promise and fail issue?
One thing I can tell you is that when the current president was on his campaign trail, he promised the people of Jamestown that when he's elected into office, he will build the harbor for them. And he also came to Manchagbona to also promise the paramount chief of Jamestown, that he is coming to build the harbor for them. The previous ones, maybe founding of the project may be the cause. But now, as I told you before, feasibility studies have been done. They have come to test the soil, they have come to survey, they have taken the deepness of the water, they've done everything. So we are hoping that this time the finance will materialize and everything should happen.
Okay.
Fine.
Right. So what happens if this promise isn't fulfilled? Well, you are optimistic, which is very good. But what happens if for the third time you are promised and then the authorities renege on this promise?
I hope this time it will happen.
Okay.
It is a lot. I hope this time it will happen.
He's the chief fisherman for Jamestown. Very optimistic that this time round it will happen. But fortunately, we have with us here a representative of those on the ground. We are talking about the fishermen and also the fishmongers. He owns a canoe and represents them. Welcome to Metro TV.
Thank you, sir.
Your people should be worried because, well, this will bring jobs to other people primarily in terms of those who will be using the vessels and all that. You should be worried.
No, we shouldn't be worried out at all, because we'll be happy that vessels also will come to our shore to sell fish to our fishmongers, and our women also get money from the vessels coming here.
How will your people get money from this or benefit from this
Because
initiative?
when those vessels come here and sell their fish in the harbor, our mothers and our women also will go to buy some of the fish and also sell to get profit from the fish which they come and sell over here. All what I want to say as a fisherman, normally due to the waves in the sea, sometimes when there's a storm also occurred, our boats got capsized. Some of our nets also got spoiled, and then the canoe also got spoiled. So, I mean, when this harbor was putting up in Jamestown over here, our canoes and our nets and our aboard motor in the sea, the big waves won't capsize our canoes and our fishing net will not got spoiled. So we'll benefit out of the harbor,
Okay.
if there's harbor at Jamestown. Thank you.
Right, so we wish to thank both for being with us today. We shall continue to follow this up to see if indeed government will honor the promise together with the Chinese government to ensure that the project is completed. Until you hear from us again, this has been Gabriel Ni Obudai Togbo Ashon together with Emmanuel Aye and Alex Akwa. And then Isaiah, they have actually been part of the crew to bring you this successful broadcast. Bye-bye for now.